Sir, admit as well. Very good morning to one and all present in this online forum. So it is my pleasure to welcome you all on this great occasion. First, I would like to warm welcome to our beloved principal, Sir Dr. R. Muthukumaran, sir. I am very much humbled to welcome to our most respected Dr. R. Kannan, sir, Head Department of Botany, NGM College. It's my pleasure to welcome our chief guest, Dr. L. Ranjit, Assistant Professor and Head Department of Social Work, NGM College, Pollachi. We are much grateful to you for accepting our invitation in your busy schedule. Please welcome you, sir. I am extending my welcome to our respected staff from our UG department, Dr. M. Lada Isbal, Dr. A. Logma Devi, Dr. K. Rajalakshmi, and Dr. E. Neelamadi, ma'am, for this webinar. And also I welcome staffs of our own department and other departments. I would like to welcome the students and research scholars from NGM College and other colleges. So almost every PG program includes a research methodology paper in their curriculum. Students at the undergraduate level have little awareness about the research. If it is required to expertise in research methodology to solve any type of societal challenge. Hence, a webinar is organized on this research methodology for beginners, which will be useful for young researchers to carry out the projects in fruitful manner. So thank you and I welcome you all once again. So now I invite Dr. P. Sadish Kumar sir to introduce the chief guest.
Good morning to all present here. Now I introduce our today's resource person, Dr. L. Ranjit sir, working as an assistant professor and head Department of Social Work, Nallamuthukaunder Magalingam College, Pollachi. His area of interest included personal management and human resource development. He is experienced in the research and teaching for the past 16 years in the field of social work and human resource management. Presently, 4 PhD research scholars working under his guidance, and he served as a research consultant for more than 100 research projects, and also worked in major research project as a research fellow. He has knowledge in research softwares, namely SPSS, JETRO, partial least square, and analysis of moment structure. And he's serving as an editorial board member in various national and international journals. And he published more than 50 research articles, and also he presented more than 35 research papers in seminar and conferences. He served as the resource person for more than 30 workshops and research methodology and SPSS workshops. And he received various awards like Sri P.K. Das Memorial Best Faculty Award 2014 and Young Faculty Award by Venus International Foundation. Thank you. Now I hand over the session to Dr. Ranjit sir to share their knowledge.
Thank you, sir, for your brief introduction. First of all, I would like to thank our principal, and I also would like to thank Dr. Kannan sir and Dr. Raki Muthu sir, who is the head of the Department of Botany, for providing me this wonderful opportunity to share my knowledge with you all. So I'm not an expert. I'm also a student who is learning research for the past 16 years. So I'm keep on learning. So whatever I learned, this is a forum where I can share. No, that's the way in which I look all these seminars or webinars. So with this, I think we will move into our topic today. I would like to appreciate all the participants also for taking interest in joining this webinar. So thank you so much. And let me see how far I can do justice for you. So with this small note, so we will go ahead. I'm trying to use some sort of technology, but always there is some limitation because we are just new to all these things. So please pardon me if you have some sort of disturbance in that. And I request all the participants, you can take just 2 minutes to just download a small app. If you have it, no issue. It is called as Jamboard. So you can just go to Play Store and you can download Jamboard. So where we can have some interactions. Okay. So you just take 2 minutes for it. Just go to your Play Store, download Jamboard. So meanwhile, I will just start to work on this thing. I'm just presenting in some other screen. So you can switch over to that. This I will just off my video. Yes. So are you able to see my screen? Raki sir, is the screen visible?
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. So, dear participants, you can just download that Jamboard from Google Play Store. It will take only 2 minutes. Hope the are fine.
So you have done, you can just put yes in the chat box. If you have downloaded, just put yes in the chat box. Thank you. So Vinod Kumar, Nipu, yes. Excellent, excellent. So wonderful response. I'm very happy, to receive, very quick response. Yeah, thank you. Wow. No, you are so fast, actually. Okay. Yes, thank you, Tamil Selvi. Yes. Yes, I know others also keep on doing this. So let it in the background. Let it let it go. So meanwhile, I just request all the participants to just go to your browser, right, and type Mentimeter. Go to your browser, just type Mentimeter. If you want, you can see my screen, what I am doing. I'm just going to Google, just typing it as Mentimeter, M-E-N-T-I, Menti, M-E-T-E-R, Mentimeter. Okay? So you can see there are some websites. So you have to go to the second website, Mentimeter. Okay, the website ID is www.menti.com. Okay, the second website. So if you get into this, the screen will it will ask for some code. You can see in the screen. It will ask for some code. So now I will share this code with you in the screen, so you can see it and you can enter that code here, so you can join in Mentimeter. Okay. So you have to open this particular web where you have to give some code. So you open the screen and please wait for the code. Okay. So now I am just going to give you the code. Okay, the code is 10150639. So give the code. I am just repeating, 10150639. And just repeating again, 10150639. Okay. So you can give just submit. You give that code there and just give submit. If you want, I will just tell you the code again. 101506. Yes, Rakimuthu sir has already given in the chat box. 10150639. So just go to Google, type Mentimeter. The second website, if you get into it, it will ask for code. Enter the code. So there you have to give this code. Are you able to join? Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay, we need not waste much time in this. Okay, so one has responded. So one student has responded. Very good, excellent. What about others? No, see, don't worry, sir, I don't know about it. Just you just write something. Whatever may be your response. Yeah, wonderful. So wonderful responses are coming. Yeah, wow. Yeah, great, great. Please go ahead. Others also, please go ahead. Wow. Very nice. Okay. So I think others may have some problem, but still it is going on. But it's okay. Let them go ahead. So in the screen we can see, no? See?
What is a research? A detailed and careful study, right? A detailed and careful study of something to find out information about it. Yes, you're right. Creative and systematic work. Yes. Undertaken to increase the stock. Research is finding new thing from pre-existing. Excellent. Creative and systematic. Creating a new thing in a new way from existing research. Solve problems that have no knowledge solution by anyone in the world. Superb. Superb. So you can see how people have responded. I think many are well versed in research, right? So excellent, and I'm very happy. You see, keep on, people are updating this. Wow. I'm really impressed, right? And see, everything, these things will be recorded, and so I can know later. I can sit and go through all these things. But still, from here I can get something that you people are having some sort of idea about what is research. Very technically you are giving. I'm very happy about it. Okay, we will shift to the next question. We will shift to the next question. Just a minute. Okay. Yeah. I don't know whether it is applicable to all. I don't know, but this is what I expect from you. Yes, you can respond to this. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Wow. Wonderful. So others also, please go ahead. Yes. Yes. So the bar is no fluctuating like anything. Yes. Okay. Yeah, 24 have responded till now. Okay, I think we will stop with this. I can get some idea. I can get some idea from this. So, okay. Okay, so it is keeping on going, but still, we because of time constraint, we can't spend more time in this. But it's good to see that.
So the first problem which you face is the selection of topic, good, and the second one is the analysis and the statistical test. Okay, some have issues in sampling, and some have issues in research framework, and some. Okay, okay. So still, no, we are going to touch all the what you call it as all these process. But still, I can give some more inputs in whichever part you are having some trouble. Okay, so yeah, I can give some more weightage in selection of the topic and even in analysis part. So excellent. So we will just move back to our job. So I'm just going to close this. I don't have any more thing to ask from you. So we will just close. Thank you for your wonderful participation. I'm really surprised. Normally, whenever I'm taking class, I used to request my students to please join like that. But here, people are like jet. You are so fast in responding. I'm very happy. So we will close this. Yes, some more still responding. I'm sorry because of time, time constraint, we need not spend much time in this. Okay, we will close this. Thank you. Okay. So, the next part is, now I hope you have downloaded your, what you call it as the Jamboard, I hope. Most of you might have downloaded. Okay, so we will go into this. Okay. Dear students, I don't know whether I can satisfy all because there is a wide discipline. There are commerce students, botany students, chemistry students, like that. I don't know, but I'm a person from from HR background, and but normally these things, the process of research is same more or less. Only in the analysis part some things may change. So try to just have some correlation, right? Don't expect the exact thing from me. So you just get some idea such that you can correlate to your subject, right? Or your discipline. Okay. So myself, I am Dr. Ranjit, and as I told you, I am also a student who is having a passion towards research. So I am learning research for the past 16 years, but still I feel no, I am a beginner, right? So that's why I asked the organizers to give it as beginner, because I am a beginner. I can't give it to some experts, no? So I can just help the beginners only, because I know only the beginning stage, right? Even after 16 years, because it is like a ocean, right? And there are lot of updates are now coming each and every day in the international level. So it is always good to have some updations. So with that note, I'm just going to the next part. So I have some objectives, but my main objective is not to make you to get bored at any cost. Okay? If you get some points from my this webinar, from which you can just take some steps to learn on your own, that if that is there, I will be more happy rather than getting bored, right? So that is my ultimate objective. Then only these objectives will come. Okay, we will see. Good. So about research, you all have given a lot of things. Research, when I asked to give something about research, you were telling lot technical points. Exactly, all of you have given a wonderful, technically you have answered, very good. But still, a lot of people struggle because to understand research in a very technical way. So I'm just putting this in a very, not much of technical way, in a very simple way. What is research? Research is a scientific study, right? So in order to establish something which is there, but nobody knows, so you establish, right? And you derive some conclusion based on that. So you bring that out and you just conclude that, and that means you are giving that information to the society, right? So this is what a research means actually, right? The purpose of research is, we have a lot of purpose. In order to find something, in order to know something like that, we will see all those things. So research is, the key word is, it is a scientific study. That's all. Research means it is scientific study. Okay. Then what do you mean by scientific study? Right? So we say research means it is a scientific study. What do you mean by scientific study? There are a lot of characteristics. Right? If you want to say it as a scientific study. Right? Or you can simply say, if you do a research study using scientific methods, we can call that as a research, right? So if you do a research study using scientific method, then only we can call that as a research. Otherwise, it is not a research. You can keep some names for it, right? Okay, then what do you mean by that scientific method, right? Scientific method has lot of characteristics. I have given some characteristics here. I'm not going to explain all here because already you might have gone through your research classes. One or two I will just share. The first one is objectivity. So, if you want to do a scientific study, then what it means, that the study should be objective, or objectivity should be there in that study. Okay. So, what do you mean by objectivity? For example, I'm doing a study on beggars. No, for understanding, I'm just telling. I'm doing a study on beggars, right? So I want to frame a questionnaire, right? I want to do a socio-economic study of that beggars. So I want to frame a questionnaire. So I want some help from you. So anybody is interested, you can just unmute your mic, and also you can tell, or you can chat also, right? For example, so I'm going to frame a questionnaire. You people are going to help me. Okay. So the first question, age. Okay. So I'm putting the categories for age as below 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 and above. Shall I put it like this? Is it okay? If anybody is interested to talk, you can unmute and talk. Otherwise, you can just chat yes or no. Okay. So one have given yes. Okay. So the first question, age, I have given some categories. I told you below 20, 20 to 30. So you told okay. Okay, sir, this question is okay. We can put it. We can use it in this study on beggar. Okay. So the next question I am putting, gender. Male, female. Is it okay to study about the beggars? Male and female? Okay, thank you, Vinod Kumar. Thank you. So, it's okay. Thank you. Thank you, Reshmi. So, it's okay. Very good. Okay, next I'm putting educational qualification as below 10th standard, 11th and 12th, graduation, post-graduation. So these are the options I am giving for education. Shall I give these options? Anybody is having problem in this? No, you should not give all these things there. Like. So when I'm framing educational qualification, I'm putting below 10th standard. I'm going to ask with the beggars only. So I'm telling below 10th standard, 11th and 12th, then UG degree, PG degree. Shall I put it? Yes or no? No problem. Give some response. You please respond. No, some people were responding me actually. Yeah, very good. So post-graduation is not required. Reshmi, very good. Excellent. Okay, so Vinod Kumar is okay with that. Vinod Kumar is okay, but Reshmi is saying post-graduation is no. How can a beggar be a postgraduate? You know, he may be going for some job. Okay, good. Any other? Okay, so Bhuvanesh, he is also okay with it. Okay, I'm going to the next question actually. Okay, Tamil Selvan, okay. I'm going to the next question. I am putting a question like this. Do you have LIC policy? Yes or no? Shall I have this question? Do you have LIC policy? Yes or no? In a beggar study. Shall I have this question? No. Very good. No. Very good. Excellent.
So this is, so I changed the question because most of you were not responding. Excellent, excellent. So I am very happy. Okay, I can give lot of examples. The last one. Thank you for your response, Divya. So many people, no, excellent. Okay, the last question. I am asking about the income. Okay, I am putting it like this. Below 10,000. 10,000 to 20,000, 20,000 to 30,000, 30,000 to 40,000, 40,000 and above. Shall I put it like this in my questionnaire? Yes or no? Very good. Good. So people are saying no. Yeah, some say yes, so you can put it, sir, but majority they say no. Very good. Okay, no sir, no sir. Okay. Thank you for your wonderful response. Jennifer, thank you. Thank you. Dinesh, thank you. Vinod Kumar. Okay, we will come to the job now. So, you please note down. So what we have done now, we are going to study about beggar. So we started to frame some questionnaire. Okay, so we started to frame the questionnaire, but what we did is we framed the questionnaire based on our idea about beggars. Correct? We started to frame the questionnaire based on some preconceived idea which we had about beggars. We thought, no, beggar may not be a postgraduate. Beggar may not earn so much income. So I am not going to add that income. So I'm not going to add that post-graduation. So when I asked, do you have LIC policy, that question, majority of you said no, because that is our perception. Right? Now I will share you one research study which is done by University of Delhi, Department of Social Work, which says that some 17% of the beggars were earning an income of 500 rupees per day. 17%. There were some people who were earning more than this also. But averagely, 17% of the beggars were earning more than 500 rupees. That means what? 15,000 rupees per month. So, a few percentage they had more than 15,000 also. Okay. And that study says that there were 6 graduates who were begging, and there were 2 postgraduates. He says that one woman and she had where she 30,000 each year, every year, monthly, yearly premium of 30,000 rupees. Now you tell me, shall I add, do you have LIC, that question in my questionnaire, yes or no? Yes. Yes. Clear? Clear? So now everybody are giving yes. Yes, of course. Yes. Alina, you're right. Yes, of course. So now you tell me what happened. You didn't have objectivity in your study. That means you were subjective. Whatever you thought, you put it into your research and you try to do it. That is not the way of doing a scientific research. Right? You have to go into the literature. Based on the literature, you have to extract the questions and you have to frame it. Don't put your own thoughts into research. When you put your own thoughts into research, it becomes subjectivity, which means
that is not a characteristic of scientific method. So whatever your research or the study which you are doing is not a research itself. Okay? So like this, there are a lot of characteristics where we need not spend more time on that. So these are some of the characteristics of scientific method. So when you see to that these things are there in your research study, then your study is a scientific study, right? It can be called as a research. Otherwise, it is not a research. You can call anything else. Simply you can put your own name for it. That is not a research actually. Okay? Right. Goals of research. General knowledge, for the knowledge generation. So you don't know about something, so you do research and know about it. So for knowledge generation. For theory development, there are a lot of theories, starting from Maslow's theory, spillover theory. There are a lot of theories are there, right? Motivational theories. Every subject is having some theory. So how those theories have come? It is based on the research only. So if you want to develop a theory, then you have to do research. That is the purpose of doing research. Then problem solving. So if you want to solve a problem, so you do research, identify the way through which we can solve that problem. So these are some aim or goal or the purpose why we do research. Okay? Okay, next I am coming to the basic things like variables and all those things. I told you I am not going to put you very technically. I want to make everybody to get satisfied, so I am not going highly technical. But I will try to understand the concept, so which is very important. So just 1 minute, I will just have my fan. I am not comfortable. Yeah, I'm sorry, because this is also one of the factor, which may influence my flow, right? So that's why. Okay, because I'm a researcher, so I have to control all the influencing factor, right, for effective teaching. Yeah. Variables. So what do you mean by a variable? What do you mean by a variable? Okay. So I'm not going much into it. Simply I will tell you what is a variable. You just have it in mind like this. Anything which is a number or anything which is having groups, we can call those things as variables. Right? I'm not giving you technically. Please understand what is a variable. Anything or is it okay? Gender. Gender is having two groups. Female is one group. So, two groups, we call gender as a variable. Either it will be or it will have groups. Right? So, as I told you, experience is in number. So experience is a variable. Or education qualification is a variable because you have primary, secondary, higher secondary groups. So variable is simple like that. So you can just have it like that, because if you are having some understanding on this, then only you will know which test you have to use. Because majority of you are having some sort of difficulty in that. So that's why I am putting like this. So variable means it should be in number or it will be in groups. Okay. Next one. Okay. So now you know what is variable. We are going to divide the variable into two. Okay. One is independent variable. Another one is dependent variable. What is independent variable? It is like Rajinikanth.
No, there is one famous dialogue, no? Yen vali, thani vali. Right? That means what? Nobody can influence me. I will not get affected by anything. Yen vali, thani vali. So like that, these independent variables are like the Rajinikanth, right? It goes on its own way. No, nothing can influence this. For example, age. Whether anything can influence age? That means whether if I give this, if I do this, my age will rise. If I do this, my age will go down. If I do this, my age will be constant. My age is 25. If I do this, it may be anything. Whatever in this world, right? It may be yoga or your way of diet or anything, whichever you do, whatever you do, age is not going to get influence. It goes on its own way. Okay? Today, by this time, you have reached a particular age. Tomorrow it will be higher than yesterday. Right? So, nothing can influence this. Gender. Whether anything can influence gender? Sir, if you do this, or see, I want to become a very beautiful woman. Is it possible? Whether anything can influence gender? A man into women, women into man? No. There's no such things. Okay? So, those kind of variables which are not getting influenced or which no other factor can influence it, or it will not get influenced by any other variable. That is called as independent variable. As I told you, it is like Rajinikanth. It goes on its own way. Then what is dependent variable? What is dependent variable? So it will not come or it will not exist without the influence of another variable. Right? It will not exist without the influence of another variable. For example, I am telling, you see, you are not having stress. I hope till now you are not having stress. Right? I think you may be satisfied with my class. I am much more optimistic, so I am taking it like that. But after this, some more hours we are going to be in this line. So, the possibility of stress is depending on my way of teaching. Clear? Or simply I will tell you, stress will not come alone. Stress whether will come alone? No, something has to happen. For example, if I am boring you, if I am telling you a lot of technical things which you don't understand, what happens? Immediately you will get stress. So stress is depending on something. It will not come on its own. Similarly, happiness. If a person simply he is happy, suddenly he laughs and he is so happy, everybody will think, he is having some problem. Something has to happen for happiness. Okay? If he gets a gift, he is happy now. Right? So, anything which depends on some other variable, those variables are called as dependent variable. It will not come alone. Okay, as I told you, you take stress, stress will not come alone. Something has to happen, then only stress will come. So stress is depending on my way of teaching, right? How far I am giving examples. So a lot of things I can tell you. So how many hours I am going to teach, all those things. Stress depend on all these things, right? Happiness, it depends. Happiness will not come alone. That's why we call happiness as a dependent variable. Are you clear with this? Independent and dependent? You can just give me a chat. Yes, thank you, thank you. Because if these concepts are not clear, then it is very difficult. Excellent. So many of you are responded. Yeah, let's keep on going. Thank you for your response. Yeah, Divya Sri Kandasamy, yeah, Priya Kandasamy. Okay, Divya. Thank you all. Gayatri, thank you. So I will just get into the job. Okay, so independent variable means it will not get influenced by any variable. Dependent variable means it will get influenced by other variable, or it will not exist alone, right? For its existence, something has to happen. Okay, you take any variable and you check whether it comes on its own or it depends on any other thing. If it depends, then this variable is dependent variable. Okay, right. So with this, I'm just jumping these. I will share this PPT to all, and this is no. Currently, we are having other kinds of variables also, mediating, moderating, and all. But I don't want to introduce all these things today itself. So have some basic understanding. Then, if you are interested, we can have another webinar where you can learn all these things. So these are the four levels of measurement, or simply you take it like this. We have seen variables, no? We have seen variables. We have seen two types of variables. One is dependent variable, another one is independent variables. Again, we are going to divide variables into four types. So take it like this, okay? Again, we are going to divide the variables into four types. What are the four types? Nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio. So what are the four types of variable? Nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio. Okay, so we will see one by one. What is nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio? Again, I am telling, I am not going to give you any technical things. Have some basic understanding, practice it. Slowly you will know what is the technical things behind. Right? Okay. So first, what is nominal variable? Nominal variable is simply a categorical variable. That means it will have some names into it. Nominal means name. That means it will have some category. So those variables are called as nominal variables. Right? For example, gender, male, female. It has two categories. So this variable is a nominal variable. Right? For example, place of living. Urban, semi-urban, rural. So, wherever you are having some categories in a variable, we can call that as a nominal variable. So, what definition I told you for variable, no? I told you whether variable will be having category or in numbers. So, here if it is having category, then we can call it as a nominal variable. Instead of variable, we can call that as a nominal variable. I hope it is clear now. Okay. Ordinal variable. What is ordinal variable? The ordinal variable is also a nominal variable. That means what? It will also have groups. It will also have groups. So nominal variable and ordinal variable are same. Only difference is there it will be in group. Here also ordinal variable also will be in group. But the difference is we will put the variable that groups in an order in ordinal variable. Okay. So in nominal variable there will be groups. There is no need for any order. You can put anywhere. But in ordinal variable the groups will be placed in an order. That's why even though it is categorical variable, it is having category, we are not calling it as nominal. Instead we are calling it as ordinal because it is placed in an order. If I give an example, you will understand. For example, gender, it is a nominal variable. Why it is nominal variable? Because it is having two groups. There is no need for any order. For example, male first, female second, or female first, male second. Is there any logical problem in that? Whether anybody is going to question us if we put female first and male second? No.
Okay, so there is no need for any order. So it is simply categorical. That's why we call that as nominal variable. For example, education qualification. Education qualification is also having categories. Primary, secondary, higher secondary, graduation, post-graduation, like that. You see here, we can't mix it. We can't put a post-graduation, primary, secondary, graduation, like that we can't put it because we have to follow a logical order. So how we are putting it? We are putting first primary, then secondary, then higher secondary, then graduation, then post-graduation. So in putting the groups, we are following an order. There is a logical order for it, right? Either up to down or down to up, whatever may be the order, but there is an order. So that's why we call, even though it is having groups, we call that as a ordinal variable, right? Okay, so now what we will do, I want to just know whether you have understood this nominal and ordinal variable, because unless you understand this, we can't go for having the tests, okay? So what I will do, I will just we will just see how you can respond to it. So now please wait. Okay, now you are seeing some white screen, I think so. No, yeah, please just wait. I'll just open. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So, now you can go to the Jamboard. You click that Jamboard app, it will open. Okay. Just a minute, I will just do this. Okay. So now you can click and join. So in the what you call test, yes, one person immediately has joined. Okay. Yeah, two, yeah. So in the chat box there is a link. No. Lastly, there I think two link will be. The last link you take it, the recent link. You just click the link, and you can join this Jamboard. So four of them have joined. Yes, wonderful. Wonderful. So people are joining. Okay. So in your screen, in that Jamboard screen, you can see a small option down or up or somewhere. You can, if you click there, you can find a pen, right? So select that pen and select a color. And you can start scribbling in this sheet. Whether you can do it or not. So those who have joined, there is an option there in your screen. Small, yeah, one have, yes, excellent. Just start scribbling. I want to check whether it is working or not for you. Yes, it's working. Yeah, good, excellent. So choose different colors such that you can differentiate from others. Okay. Okay. Yeah, very good. Good. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So please, yeah, please stop it. Yeah, please stop it. Please help me. Otherwise, I know that no, it is working for you. Please, yeah. Okay, so somebody has chosen the rubber. Okay, so don't choose the rubber, choose the pen. Yeah, need not rub also. Now here option is there. I can do it. Clear frame. I can do it. So everything is cleared now. It will get cleared. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it is clear now. So please don't write anything. Only 14 have joined. No problem. No problem. So now I'm just going to ask you a variable, and you have to tell whether it is nominal or ordinal. Okay? You can write it. Okay? Okay. Yeah, somebody has chosen some. You have to choose the thing. Okay. Please don't write. Please. Yeah. See, unless you are supporting me, then only we can go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. Please. Yeah. Please support me. Please don't write. So I will just ask the question. Okay. Okay. My question is. I will just ask a basic question like um, um, okay. So place of living, right? Place of living, urban, rural, semi-urban. Whether this is nominal or ordinal, you can write it. Wow. Okay, you can write it. If anybody is telling ordinal also, don't worry about others. Okay. Good. Nominal. Okay. 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 Very good. Very good. Excellent. So majority of you are telling that it is a nominal variable. Okay. So I'm telling you now the next question. I'm just going to the next what do you call it as next page, that is page 2. So you can write it in the page 2. The question is, please understand the question clearly, then respond. Okay. Experience, I am giving options like this: below 10 years, 10 to 11 years, below 10 years, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 30 and above. Whether this is a nominal variable or ordinal variable. Okay, somebody is writing ordinal. Somebody is writing ordinal. It is ordinal or nominal? Okay, ordinal. Oh, somebody is writing nominal. Okay. Okay. Okay, nominal. Any other answers? Any other? You can choose other pages also. Don't worry. You can choose other pages also. You can write. It is not necessary to go with the second page itself. You can choose third also. Please don't rub, because all these things are saved. Okay. So this can be utilized for further classes also. You can choose the other new slides for writing. No, you can just go to the next page option. So it is ordinal. Okay, good. So some people are saying it is nominal, and some people are saying it is ordinal. Okay, I will tell you. It is an ordinal variable. Why it is ordinal variable? Because there are groups. There are 3 groups. I told you below 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. 3 groups are there. But you see, we can't mix it. Right? We have to put it in the order only. So below 10 has to come first. First group. Then 10 to 20 should come in the second group. We can't bring 20 to 30 as second, in the second place. So there is an order followed in placing the groups. So that's why we call that as an ordinal variable. So I'm really happy that majority, right, you have understood this, and I'm happy that some one or two have done a mistake also, because unless you do mistake, you will not learn, right? So now you are clear with this. So we will go to the PPT now. We will go to the PPT now, then we will come into the Google Jamboard again, okay? Right, so now you are clear with what is ordinal and what is nominal variable, okay? Now interval variable, okay? Interval variable. So what is interval variable? These variables will have actual numbers. Please understand, there won't be any group. These variables will have actual numbers. Okay? It will have actual numbers. And if you assign 0 for it, it will not give any meaning. It will not give any meaning. Simply if you say a 0, that means that variable will not give any meaning. That kind of variable is called as interval variable. If I give you an example, you will understand. For example, stress, right? So if you measure stress, you will get, or you take blood pressure, very simple, blood pressure. So blood pressure, each one you will have their own blood pressure. So it is in numbers. So my blood pressure is this much, 120. Somebody says 130, somebody is 115. So this is in numbers, right? So blood pressure is in numbers. If I assign 0 blood pressure, does it give any meaning? Is there any human being in this world or any being in this world with 0 blood pressure? So it doesn't give any meaning. It is meaningless to say 0 blood pressure. So whenever a variable is in numbers, and if you assign 0 and if it doesn't give any meaning, that variable is called as interval variable. Is it okay? I hope you got it. Again I am telling, any variable which is in number, and when you assign 0, it doesn't give any meaning, then that is called as interval variable. Okay? Next one, ratio variable. See, ratio variable is also same like interval variable. It is also will be in number. But if you give, if you assign 0, you can give some explanation or some reason for it. Okay? For example, income, right? Income. If I ask, if I ask people what is their income, they will give a lot of incomes, right? 5,000, 1 lakh, like that. There will be different incomes. If I assign 0 income, does it give any meaning? Does it give any meaning? Anyone can chat it? If it is 0 income means, what may be the meaning for it? Can you give any so I'm asking some 100 people. One person is telling 0 income. Does it gives meaning? Can you say any reason for it? Can you guess something? No idea. Okay. For example, we can say that he is unemployed, so he is not having any income. That's why it is 0. So we can give some story, for it. For blood pressure, can you give any story? Only only dead bodies will have 0 blood pressure. Okay. So you can't say anything, for if blood pressure is 0 means you can't give any reason for it. But if an income is 0, that means you can tell he is unemployed or he is a student, right? He is presently studying, so he may not have income. So you can give some stories. So wherever there is some meaning, we can call that as ratio variable. Wherever when you assign 0, if it doesn't give any meaning, we can say that it is a interval variable. Are you able to understand? Okay. So let us again go into the Jamboard. Let me check whether I will just go to the next thing. Yeah, go to the fourth page. Go to the fourth page. In your screen top, you can change the page. Go to the fourth page. And now you tell me stress. I'm assessing the stress of some 100 people, right? So everybody will have stress score. Everybody will have stress score. Okay? So whether this variable is interval variable or ratio variable. Whether it is interval variable or ratio variable. Wow. Really, you people are great. I don't know, no? Really, you people are great. I thought no, I thought no, there won't be much clarity. But you are great. It is interval because if you assign zero stress. Every human being should have some level of stress. Then only he can walk, he can talk. No, for living, he has to have some stress. So zero stress doesn't give a meaning. Only dead bodies will have zero stress. Okay? So it is an interval variable. It doesn't give any meaning. Okay? Okay. Now you tell me, go to the next page, page number 5. Go to the next page, page number 5. My question is experience. Experience. So I'm going and asking with some 100%. Experience. So each they will be giving some experience, 10, 20 years, 30 years, whether it is interval or ratio variable. I'm sorry, yeah, interval or ratio. Oh, wow. So you see how fast people are writing because they are very clear, very what to say. No, I'm really happy. I'm really happy. So it is a ratio variable. Excellent. It is a ratio variable because you can say that he is not working. He is a student. No, you can tell some stories. Okay. So now we have seen 4 kinds of variables. One is nominal variable. That means it is simply category. Next one is ordinal variable. It is also category, but those categories are arranged in an order. Next, interval variable. It will be in number. If you assign 0, it will not give any meaning. Ratio variable is, it will be also in number. When you assign 0, it will give some meaning. So these are the 4 kinds of variables. Okay. So if you are not able to keep it in with 4 variables, if you have any confusion, make it 2. Right? You make the nominal and the ordinal as 1 variable, right? And you name it as categorical variable because both are having categories. So nominal, ordinal, both are category. So you can have it as one group, categorical variable, another group, interval and ratio, both are numbers. So you can call that as a numerical variable. So if you are unable to keep it in mind, this 4 variable, you can just have it in mind 2 kinds of variable. One is categorical variable, another one is numerical variable. This is enough to do the calculation. But if you have an idea about on these 4, it is well and good. It is technically it is good. Okay. So this is what I expect. Okay. So at least have it. Variables can be classified into 2. One is categorical. If it is having categorical. If it is having order or if it is not having order, don't worry. If it is having category, we can call it as categorical variable. It is having numbers, then you can call it as numerical variable. That's all. Job is done. Okay. So now we will go to our job. Okay. Right. Okay. So I'm not going to teach you much on these things. Just because no. I used to take 7 days workshop per day, nearly 3 hours for completing all these things. But I have been given only 1.5 hours to manage these things. So accordingly, I have to do it. So I'm just going fast. But I will focus on that analysis part and how to select a research topic. I will just try to give some idea, but it is with the researcher only. Okay, but still. What is it? Hypothesis. So what do you mean by hypothesis? These are basic concepts. What is hypothesis? Hypothesis is a guess, that's all. Hypothesis is a guess. Many of them will know or are worried about or afraid about hypothesis. Hypothesis is very simple. For example, you frame your questionnaire, right? So in your questionnaire, everything is a variable, okay? Age is a variable, gender is a variable, and you ask some question about stress, that is also variable, right? For example, do you have stress, yes or no? What is it? It is a variable because it is having two categories, yes and no. So it is a variable. So in a questionnaire, everything is a variable. So if you guess that this variable and this variable is having some relationship, that is called as hypothesis. Okay? So you can have as many hypotheses as you want. Right? But always it is advisable that whenever you do a quality research will have only one or two hypotheses, because you are very focused to find a particular thing only. But in a student part, you can have some more hypotheses, 10, 12, even 15, 20 also no problem, because you can put a lot of tests and you can know how to test a hypothesis. Okay? So hypothesis is simply a guess. You take one variable in your questionnaire and you take another variable in your questionnaire and you try to see whether these two are having some relationship or not. Right? So you have some 100 questions. You can't take all 100. No, you guess. That is up to you. You select, this question. For example, stress. You ask one question in your questionnaire, do you have stress, yes or no? So people might have responded. And you might have asked one question about gender. So now you are worried about, or you are guessing that compared to male, female may have more stress. So this is your guess. So you can test it. Okay? You can test it. You can put it as hypothesis. There is a difference in stress among male and female. Or you can say, you can put it as hypothesis like this. Females are having more stress compared to male. So this is your guess. So you can put the statistical test, and when you do the test, you will get the result. Based on the result, whether your guess is right or wrong, it will tell you. Okay? So hypothesis is a simple thing. Okay? Need not worry. So this is hypothesis. I am not going very technically. And we can put hypothesis in two ways. One thing you can say that this variable and this variable is having some relationship, or this variable and this variable is not having some relationship. Right? Like that. If you say there is something between these two variables, if you guess it, that is called as research hypothesis. If you say there is nothing, or there is no relationship or no difference between this variable and this variable, then it can be called as null hypothesis. Right? If you say yes, that is research hypothesis. If you say no, it is called as null hypothesis. Okay? So with this, I will just go to the next part. You need not go with all this testing of hypothesis and all. And I don't want to, okay, we will go with this. Right. Yeah, this is the part. We have some basic tests. Okay, we have some basic tests. Chi-square, t-test, ANOVA, correlation, regression. So these are the basic tests. If you know this test, you can do your PhD on your own. Right? You can, if you know these tests, you can do your PhD on your own. Right? So this is enough. Right? So I will tell you, the only problem is, you take one variable and you take another variable, You framed your hypothesis. You are telling, I want to check whether male is having more stress or female is having more stress. You frame your hypothesis, your guess, stating that female is having more stress than male. So you framed your hypothesis, but you don't know which test I have to put, whether I have to put chi-square to test this hypothesis, or t-test, or ANOVA, or correlation, or regression, which test I have to put it to test the hypothesis. Right? So this is the major problem which the students, even research scholars face. That's why they go to the consultant and pay a huge amount for doing this statistical analysis. This is a very, very simple part in research. I will tell you, even this you need not understand. So chi-square test means if IV, that is independent variable, and dependent variable are nominal, you have to do chi-square test. So all those things you forget it, right? Simply keep this in mind. Some 2 or 3 things in mind. For example, any hypothesis will have 2 variables. Okay? Any hypothesis will have 2 variables. Okay. If 2 variables are categorical variables, because you know what is categorical variable. Categorical variable means what? That variable will have category. You know what is numerical variable. That means that variable will be in numbers. Okay? Right. So, the formula to identify the suitable test for your hypothesis is, for doing chi-square, what is the formula is, if both the variable in your hypothesis is categorical variable, you have to do chi-square, no other option. Again I am telling, if in your hypothesis there will be 2 variables. If both the variables are categorical, variable 1 is also categorical, variable 2 is also categorical, which test you will use? You will use chi-square. Okay? Right. Next test. If one variable is categorical, please understand, if one variable is categorical, you can write it also, because I am just going to keep a small assignment for you to identify. So if you have this formula, you can easily identify and tell me. Okay? So for chi-square, you please write it down. For doing chi-square, both the variables should be categorical. Okay, categorical means what? Both should have groups. For example, gender, male, female, 2 groups. So it is a categorical variable. You do it with some other variable which is having groups. So then you will do this chi-square test. Okay. T-test. When you will do t-test? When one variable is categorical and another variable is numerical. You will do t-test. Okay. ANOVA. ANOVA and t-test are same. ANOVA and t-test are same. There is no difference. When one variable is numerical, then you have to do either t-test or ANOVA, because both are same. Then what is the difference? There is a small difference. In that categorical variable, no. In that categorical variable, if there are only 2 groups, 2 categories, you will do t-test. If there are more than 2 groups or 2 categories, you will go for ANOVA. Logic is same. One variable should be categorical, another variable should be numerical. So, when one variable is categorical, another variable is numerical, you can do either t-test or ANOVA. So, when you will do t-test, in that categorical variable, if there are only 2 categories, you will do t-test. If there are more than 2 categories, you will do ANOVA. That is the only difference. Are you able to understand? Please respond yes, no, please, in chat. Otherwise, I will repeat. Are you able to get it? Yeah. Janita, thank you. Yeah, Divya, Priya, Kamali, Kriba, yes, thank you very much. So, it is very easy, no? Very easy to identify. So, I will just tell and I will go for to understand your level of understanding on this, okay? So, when you will apply chi-square, in your hypothesis there will be two variables. If both the variables are categorical, having groups, then you will apply chi-square test. If one variable is categorical and one variable is numerical, you have two options. One is t-test or ANOVA. Okay? If that categorical, in that categorical variable, if only two groups are there or two categories are there, then you will do t-test. If more than two groups are there, then you will do ANOVA. That is the only difference. Then correlation. Correlation means both the variable in your hypothesis, if it is in numerical format or if it is numerical, then you will do correlation. Okay, so that much. Regression and correlation are same. So you practice till regression, then you can go for, till correlation, then you can go for regression. There is no difference between regression and correlation. Both are same. Okay, so there is a small technical difference. So unless if you practice these things, no, don't worry about this. I am telling, if you know chi-square, t-test, ANOVA and correlation, you can complete your PhD. Right? Don't worry about regression and all. Okay? But if you have practice in this, you can slowly move to the higher order of analysis. Okay. So now I will come to my job. Whether you got it or not, I will check it. Okay, so this is the question for you. I'm framing a hypothesis. I'm framing a hypothesis. There is a relationship between gender and income. Okay, gender and income. So you just leave all those relationship and all those things. In my hypothesis, there are two variables I have taken. One is gender, another one is income. You see, income is measured in dollars. That means income is in numbers. Okay, income is in numbers. Gender, there are two groups. One is male and female. So gender is having two groups. Income is it is in numbers. So now we will go to Google Jamboard. You tell me. Yes, go to the next page, page number 6. You tell me which test you will use. Gender and income. Which test you will use? Wow. Okay. 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 That's all. That's all. Excellent. T-test. So why t-test? Because one variable is categorical, another variable is in number. Dollars, no, it is in number. So gender is having two groups only, male and female. So when there is only two groups and another variable is in number, you will go for t-test. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Yes. So now the next question. We will go to the next question. So what is the next hypothesis? You see, race, right? Race is measured as, there are 1, 2 and 3 races are given here, right? Race. So totally 3 races are there. That means 3 groups are there. Another thing is income. It is in rupees. That means it is in numbers. 10,000, 20,000. Okay. So race is having 3 groups and income is it is in number. Go to Google Jamboard. Yes. Go to the next page, please. Yes. Which test you will use? ANOVA. Yes. Very good. So ANOVA you can put it ANOVA as F test also. So simply you can put it as F test. ANOVA. Excellent. So somebody, they are placing it in a very good format also. Excellent. I am very, very happy with you all people. No, you people are brilliant. No, you grasp the things like anything, right? So this is the first. Now I have taken more than some 35 workshops on research methodology, but I felt difficulty in this part, making the people to understand. But you people are excellent, really excellent, and you see how fast you respond. Okay, excellent, good. So we will go to the next question. You see, religious preference. We have 2 groups here, and attitude towards abortion. we have two groups. One is favor and another one is oppose. So attitude towards abortion, you are giving two options, whether you are favor or you oppose this abortion. And another variable is religious preference, where you have two types of religion, right? So which test you will use? Go to the next page, page number 8. Wow, what is this? You people, if you respond like this, then you will become experts in research. You see, somebody is very professionally doing. Chai, very good. So chi-square test you can use. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Really, I'm impressed with you participants. You are really excellent, actually. Okay. I have another 5 minutes. I don't know how far I can complete all the things, but let us see. That's why I just focused on this. Okay, next. So the last one. Now I am not going to explain. You from the PPT, you just understand on your own, and you tell me this. Education measured in years. Please understand. Education measured in years and income measured in rupees. Which test you will use to test this hypothesis? Education, it is measured in years. How many years? 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. Income, it is measured in rupees. So which test you will use? We will go to the next 9th page. You take the 9th page and tell me which test you will use. Wow. So what is this? So I request all of you to discontinue your course and join PhD directly. No, you people are really excellent, actually, right? Correlation, excellent. Why correlation? Because you see, education is in years. Years means what? How many years of education you have completed? I have completed 12 years. I have completed 15 years. That means what? I have completed 12th standard plus 3 years UG. So totally my years of education is 15 years. Somebody might have completed PG. So 17 years. So it is in years. And income is in rupees. Yeah. So both are in numbers. So you will use correlation. So excellent. So with this, now you know, simply you frame your questionnaire, correct the data, have the hypothesis. You take one question with the other question, have some guess. Now you see whether both the questions in your hypothesis is if it is numerical, you will put correlation. So result will come. Based on the result, you will decide whether whatever guess you have done is correct or wrong. So you have tested your hypothesis. That's the meaning for it. Okay. So with this, we will just conclude this part, because you people are now you are clear. Shall we go? Another one is there. Shall we go? Degree completed. Degree completed. So two groups are there. Two groups are there. Income. Income. It is given like this. So which test you will use? So I will go here. Yes, go to the next page, page number 10. You want the question again? You see, degree completed. One is less than HSC, another one is college. And another variable is income. It is high income, moderate income, low income. Which test you will use? Okay, so we need not waste time. You see this green. No, one person has written chi-square test. So it is chi-square test. You should not see the variable. You should not see the variable, but you have to see how the variable is taken in your study. For example, income, it may be taken as groups, or it may be taken as numbers also, right? So here how they have taken, they have, see, here income, they have measured in rupees. That means what? It will be in numbers. But here income, they have divided into 3 groups. So it is here group. So here also 2 group, here also 3 group. So both are groups. So you will use chi-square. Okay? Now you have that clarity. Income, it is not always number. It is up to you how you are using it in your questionnaire. In your questionnaire, if you have asked income and you have not given any option, everybody will give 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. So then that is in number. But in your questionnaire, if you are giving income, high, moderate, low, very high, high, moderate, low, like that, then it is in group. Right? So now here 2 variables are in group only. So that's why we are using chi-square. Okay? So that's why normally people may mistakenly take it. So that's why I have given this example also. Now you are clear. Experience means, please don't take always experience will be in number, because you may give experience as low level experience, moderate level experience, high level experience, or you can divide it as into 3 groups. Below 10 years experience as one group, 10 to 20 as another group, 20 to 30 as another group. So in this case, it is a grouping variable or categorical variable. It is not a numerical variable. Only when you just give income or experience and you collect each one's experience in your study from your questionnaire, then only you can consider that as a numerical variable, number variable. Okay? Don't worry, don't rub. As I told you, all these things are it's stored. Okay? So your name or nothing is will be displayed, so need not worry. So with this, I am just closing this part. We shall just quickly move. I am trying to have another 15 minutes. I just want to ask the permission from the organizer. Rocky sir, whether I can take another...
Yes sir, proceed sir. No problem sir.
Thank you sir, thank you. I hope the students also might be interested, so that's why I'm just I'm just continuing.
Okay sir, it's no problem sir.
Yes sir. I will just address some things here. I think I have to go to this part. Okay. I will just come with this flow instead of searching, or it will be always good to have some PPTs, no? So I will just go here. Yeah, NGM College. Not here. Just a minute. Yes. So here, I think it will be in the second PPT. Let me check. So we may close this. Yes. Yes. So this one. Okay. We will go a bit fast because only 15 minutes are there. I will just tell you the steps. Okay.
So, how to identify a research problem? As I told you, it is up to the researcher only. There is no what do you call it, as no idea can be given for it, but I can just give some sources from where you can take. For example, you see, common sources are there, right? Personal interest. So from your personal interest itself, you can do some research. For example, my grandmother no died because of cancer, right? And she suffered at the end stage, and she was suffering some diseases like Alzheimer disease, right? So that is a type of disease which no completely removes the memory. Right? Even she doesn't know no our her own house. No, she used to go to the no neighbor's house, right? Like that. Even she doesn't know which is kitchen, which is toilet, like that. So that is a type of Alzheimer disease. Then I thought, no, I have to do some research studies to know the real pain of these cancer patients. So you see, based on my personal experiences, personal interest, I'm going for a research study. Okay? And you see, there are a lot of social problems. You take the newspaper, there are a lot of social problems, right? There are a lot of social problems. Illegal relationships are there, extramarital relationships are there, right? Lot of crimes are taking place. You put the question why, try to find the answer, right? Why people, even though they have a good wife, a lovable wife, why they chose to have an extramarital relationship? Why? What happened? No answer. You got a topic to do it. Like this, if you take the newspaper, you have enormous topics. No, even for science also, right? You can just read the journals like that, no? From where you can just get topics, right? So personal interest, social problems. So you can see, take it from newspaper, popular magazines, research journals. So you see, you take a research journal, you just read some article will attract you. So you can just take that study and try to do something additional in that. That is called as value addition. That means try to find something which that researcher has not found. But this study is same study, but something you are adding to what he has done. Topic is there, right? So you read a lot of books from where you get a lot of topics. Theory testing. So as I told you, there are a lot of theories. For example, Maslow's theory. What is, unless basic necessities are fulfilled, people will not go for the next level. That is for example, self-esteem. People will not worry about self-esteem. You take a beggar, right? You can see how ugly he has dressed, or his dress may be torn. Yeah. But he is not worrying about it. But if for example, if my shirt gets dirt, then immediately I will try to change my dress, because I am having a lot of self-esteem.
Is it okay? So, why he is not having self-esteem? He is also a human being. Maslow's theory says that if at all the basic things are not satisfied, people will not be worried about that. What is the basic thing? Food, clothing, and shelter. So he is not having a food to have. Then only he will be worrying about his self-esteem. Right? So like this, but Maslow has given this. But you see today, food is the basic necessity. But you see how many students, they just quit their breakfast because to attend the class in the right time. So now the theory says that if basic Sir, Raki sir, my audio is okay now? Because I just received a call.
Yes, sir. Now it's working, sir.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
before 1 minute, it's not working, but now it's working, sir.
Okay, okay. So Maslow's hierarchy now, whether Maslow's hierarchy is suitable now? So there is a question mark. So you can test. You can take the Maslow's hierarchy. You can frame questions according to Maslow's hierarchy, and you can collect the data and you can check it, and you can bring change in that theory also. Okay. So topic is there. Evaluation research. There are a lot of government projects. There are a lot of things are there which you can evaluate. That itself it is a research. No, that itself it is a topic for you. For example, some government project is there. For example, the government Tamil Nadu government has given laptops for all 12th standard students. How far it is, what is the output of that, whether the students knowledge have increased because of getting that laptop, whether that utilization of that laptop is good, you can evaluate. So topics are everywhere, topics are everywhere. So based on your interest, you have to select the topic. I always recommend students, don't go to your guide, don't tell, I want to, sir, give me a topic. If you are doing a topic which your guide gives you, 100% it will create stress, right? You will always feeling that when will I complete this research? Because you don't have any passion towards that topic. So you convince your guide that, sir, you please tell me a topic in this area because I am interested in this. I have to do in this. So this will help you to drag. Okay. So this is about prior research. So already research has been done. For example, you browse some topics which is done in abroad in your research area. That means that is not being done in an Indian setup. Right? You can do it. You can do it. The same study you can do it. No problem. Topic is there. So you, based on the prior research, also you can choose your topics. So these are some some ideas from where you can select your research topic, right? So once you have selected the research topic, you have to do review of literature. Everybody know what is review of literature. That means what are the things which is done in that particular topic till now. You have to research it. Then only you will get a gap, right? That means we call it as research gap. So that means those things are not being done by anybody in this particular topic. So you can take those things as your objective of your study. Okay. So simply you can tell, you see, after research review of literature will give you the research gap. The research gap, from the research gap only. For example, you are having some 10 research gaps. So in these 10 points, nobody has done in this particular topic which you have taken. So what you can do it, you can take any 2 or 3 points from that research gap as your objective. Then only it is a research. Otherwise, you are somehow grinding the same thing. Okay. So this is what. So who will give you the objective of your research? The research gap will give the objective. How you will get research gap? Your review of literature will give the research gap. Okay. So please understand, in research Only topic you can select. Nothing apart from topic, nothing, any test. You see, whether you can choose chi-square for your test, you can't choose. Only if your hypothesis, only if the two variables are in nominal, then only you can choose chi-square. So nothing in the research except topic is chosen by a researcher. You can't decide anything. Only topic you can decide. If you decide the topic, the research will take you throughout the process. It will drag you what to do. It will tell you. You can't decide. You can't decide your research design. You can't design your questionnaire. You can't decide your sampling. You can't decide your analysis. You can't decide your statistics. Nothing you can do, because research process will tell you what is suitable for this study. Only you have only the topic. That's why I tell you, many of the students may have a misunderstanding. Sir, I have framed this objective. Then that is not a research. You should not frame. Your research will give you the objective. That means your review will give the research gap. From the gap only you have to take the objective. You can't decide your objectives. Right? So, once the objective is over, you will go into, so this theoretical framework and all, we don't have a thing. So, hypothesis. What is hypothesis, as I told you? Once you decide your objectives, you will frame the questionnaire. You will frame the questionnaire. So, from each question only your question to question only you are taking hypothesis. So, who is giving you the hypothesis? Your objective. Because from objective only you are framing your questionnaire. What is questionnaire? Questionnaire is nothing but a transformation of your objective. For each objective you will have some questions. Right? So, objective is nothing but questionnaire. So, from questionnaire only you are getting your hypothesis. So, who is giving your hypothesis? Your objective. In the form of questionnaire, it will give you the hypothesis. You can't write your own hypothesis. Okay? Okay. So, once hypothesis is done, you will test. Already you know which test you have to use. Chi-square correlation t-test ANOVA. So, you will test the hypothesis, right? And you will get the result. And keeping that result, you will write the reporting, right? In between, we have skipped these research design, tools of data collection, sampling, and processing of data. So 1, 4, 5. 5 steps we have skipped because of no time. So if the organizer plan for some other, we will go with step by step. But now I hope you might have got some basic idea about this. So I have just given some time for how to select the topic, and I have detailedly explained you how to frame hypothesis and how to test, which test you have to use for which kind of variables. Okay. So I'm really sorry because I know that I have skipped this to the time. So I'm really thankful for the organizer and Dr. Kannan sir, as well as our principal, who has given me this wonderful opportunity. And I am really know what to say. I'm really impressed with you all participants who have responded me like anything. I'm really motivated from your response. So thank you. With this, I will just end my session. I request the organizers to those who are willing, you can just put it in the chat box. What is your feedback about this? And I request the organizers to ask any one or two participants to unmute and give their feedback. So with this, thank you, sir, Rocky sir, and all the faculty members of botany. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your wonderful presentation, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, students, if you have any doubts, any clarification, ask now to sir. Participants,
Any?
if you have any doubts, ask now.
Yeah. So it may be very foolish also. Don't worry. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, I think, sir, we need not compel them. Um I think I will, sir, I will give the PPT to sir. There are a lot of my details are there, my phone number, email ID, and all. At any time, you can contact me. So if I can, I will really support you. And any one or two, no, any one girl or one boy, you can just give some feedback, because it will be helpful for me to have the classes uh, with some more inputs in the next sessions. Anyone, you can unmute and you can tell. Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for this interesting and engaging session. First of all, I would like to thank for that.
Okay.
Apart from all these Google Meets, I felt this section was really engaging. We had so many activities, so this was really interesting to attend. So I would like to thank you for that.
Thank you, and without your cooperation, surely this will not happen. So I really appreciate you students for your wonderful participation. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma. Thank you. So one more student, please, and the rest of you can chat. Put it in the chat box. What do you feel? It is any negative comments also welcome. One more student, please. You can unmute and
Hello, sir.
yes,
Thank you
Kamali,
so much,
please.
sir.
Yeah.
It was a very clear lecture, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, Kamali. Thank you. So I'm very happy for your wonderful feedback, and sincere thanks to all of you. Over to Raki, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So now I invite V. Aarti to deliver a vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, all. Our most valued invited guests and learned professors and my dear friends, it's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. On behalf of our department, I would like to thank the chief guest.
Arti? Oh.
Sir, may I be audible?
Oh.
On behalf of our department, I would like to thank the chief guest, Dr. L. Ranjit sir, Assistant Professor and Head Department of Social Work, NGM College, Pollachi. We are all inspired by your great informative speech and research methodology. It is really an enlightening speech and good eye-opener for us in this field of research. On behalf of our PG and Research Department of Botany, NGM College, extremely grateful to our college management and principal sir for their support, encouragement and guidance. Our sincere thanks to Dr. R. Rakimuthu sir, Head, PG and Research Department of Botany for arranging this webinar. Our special and hearty thanks to all staffs of our UG and PG Department of Botany for their variable support and encouragement. My immense thanks to all UG and PG students, resource scholars of our college and other colleges for the valuable participation in the webinar and making it a successful one. Our thanks to non-teaching staffs, electricians and other technical staff for their support in making the function successful. Thank you all very much. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma.
Okay, thank you all, ma. So the feedback link will be posted in your chat box. Within 2 days, you may receive your certificates from us, ma. Okay, thank you all. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. This is Anand Kumar from Botany Department.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Anand Kumar, sir. So I may leave now,
Okay,
no?
sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Others wait for some more minutes, ma. We will say we will post the feedback link. Yes, I have. We have already posted the feedback link. You simply take your signature and upload this signature in this Google form, so that it makes it is used for our attendance purpose. Okay, fill your Google form and submit the Google form. And thank you all for your participation and active participation in this webinar. Thank you all once again, ma. Thank you all.